Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again, and I'm back for another crafty video. So, this time I'm going to start a clock. So I've got an idea of how long I've been doing this for, because I don't ever do that, and I can't see when I put it up in the when I put my camera in the mount, I can't see. So, remember in the last video we did this. Okay, so we collaged all of this, and I'm going to now collage this bit. Okay, but a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about is I said about maybe putting a mirror on here. So remember these that I got? These were from 50p from the Recycle Use project. I might put one of those on there and like kind of decoupage around it. So it's like a bit of a reflection windowy type thing. Anyway, don't know, not sure. But I also found these, which I haven't seen for a long time, and I thought about putting some of these on. These are like little miniature frames. They're self-sticky. Oh look, that's a beautiful one there. I thought about putting one of them on, so might do that too. So let's continue to decoupage. We're going to do the inside of here now. Okay, so I have also, whilst off camera, found some more bits of paper that I want to decoupage with, so we'll carry on. So it is exactly the same day as it was from last time for me. For you, it probably isn't, because I will say I am trying to do some videos ahead of time. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be doing a live at the weekend, which may have been the weekend that's already gone for you. I don't know. It depends on whether I upload this. And the reason for that is I'm not sure, because the reason why I've not been doing them is because my voice hasn't been able to hold out long enough to be able to conduct a video without breaking into a coughing fit. I'd love to be able to put that in there. Oh no, there you go. So that's the reason why I've not been doing them. But I'm hoping. Oh blimey, where's some wood when you need it? Touch wood. It's all going back to normal now. Now I can speak again. And breathe again. I'm sure there's a song in that, but I'm not brave enough to sing it. So, so let's get some more bits out as well. Schnorr bits. No, don't get schnorr bits out. There's no room for them. I'll just tear some bits off. Yeah. So once I can actually speak and conduct an interview again. I conduct a sentence again without, having to break and cough and that sort of thing. Because I tend to do a live for 2 hours, and it's sometimes just a bit much. I also, at the moment, still struggling with a little bit of a nasal blockage. It might sound a bit nasally. And I just feel a bit like I can't breathe all the time, so I end up like having to swallow hard in order to be able to breathe again, and close your nose and blow internally to kind of make your ears pop. That's something as well. My ears haven't popped back again since they popped just before Christmas. And I'm feeling the pressure. Actually, I'm not going to put those two together because they're very similar. In fact, I'll have that so it kind of... No, that's on the side of the text, Dave. You don't want it to wrap around too much around there. I don't want to cover the text up. Oh, actually, it can wrap around a little bit without covering the text. Because I'm not sure whether I want to cover the text up or not at the moment, so I'm kind of keeping my options open. I think something will naturally occur, and the gods will decide for me, and the crafting gods will say, no, we have intervened and this is what you will do. So I will leave it up to them, basically. But yeah, not like I say, I wanted to do the outside of this before I do the inside, which is the backwards way to meet the way I normally do it. I don't know whether other people do it this way, whether they do the outside first and the inside. I know a lot of people mass make outsides of covers of journals. Sorry, this is very much turning into a very similar theme, isn't it? But yeah, I find that I don't know what I was talking about. Yeah, it's turning into a very similar theme, and I think I said something before that, and I can't remember what I'm talking about now. Breathing. Still struggling with the breathing. Let's put that in there, and then we can keep it. Oh, we need something to cover behind the hole, because I don't like having an I was going to say I don't like having an exposed hole, but that could be taken the wrong way, depending on who's watching and what you're thinking at the time. So I'm going to do that so you can kind of see that number through it. Yeah, cool. I've just looked at these tickets because these are actually genuine tickets. They're the real thing. And it says adult child parcel. So you get charged for having a parcel on a bus or a coach? Do you? Or a train? I don't know what these are from. I think they're bus tickets. Preston Corporation. Subject to bylaws and regulations. I don't know. I think they're a bus ticket. It doesn't say on it. I thought it might have said Preston Bus Services or something like that, but it didn't. Yeah, and it's that way up because it's the right way up when you look at it. So I know it's kind of upside down for us. But yeah, so breathing. It's overrated apparently. So who needs to breathe? I've got gills. Oh. I feel like I'm underwater anyway, so I don't know whether I've got gills or not. Yeah, oh, ears popping. Yeah, that was the other thing, wasn't it? My ears popping. I don't know where I was going with that either. I was just telling you that my ears haven't popped back since before Christmas, so they kind of, I yawned and they popped, and then they've not gone back, and it's really uncomfortable. Still, I feel like there's a constant pressure in my head. There's constant pressure, which is like just like being at work. Constant pressure. Well, I'm not looking forward to. Well, I am looking forward to going back. In some ways, I'm looking forward to going back to work because I've been off since before Christmas. I broke up on the 23rd, so it's a long time to be off. But I kind of don't want to go back to work. I do want to go back to work because I love work, but I don't want to go back to work because I know there'll be a lot to do. And I know that I already know a few things that have happened while I've been away. So, nothing to do with me. It's just we've had a leak in one of our offices, and it's damaged the ceiling below, and it's, again, which is part of one of our offices, but it's not like it's in somebody else's office. It's just annoyance. Why do these things happen while you're on leave? There's not much you can do about it. So, and I feel annoyed because I've visited that site a couple of times while I've been on leave, just to check on it, and I didn't go in that bit. Stupidly. There you go. You learn. You live and learn. No, you don't, Dave. You say this every time, and you don't. You never have. You never will. So don't even bother saying it. So We live and we do make the same mistakes over and over again. Some of us, anyway. Not all of us. I mean, like, you guys out there probably live and learn. You're just better than I am. I just live. I do the living and let you guys do the learning. I used to be a teacher. I teach. I don't learn. No, I do learn. I love learning, but not not from life. So, I'm not sure about this one. This is a handmade paper, but I'm not sure about it because it's gilded. I mean, although the bit that I've ripped off isn't gilded, so it's also very white. We are going to use it. We're going to have to grunge it up a bit. Yeah, we'll stick that on. That's fine. It's fine now. Let's make the edges more dirty. And this glue is my glue of choice at the moment, which is I believe I am using I believe I can fly. No, I don't believe that at all. I believe I am using what's it called? Pin Flare bookbinders glue, because I've run out of my what's the other one? This one. Art glitter glue. I've got a little bit left, but it doesn't tend to flow very well during the winter months, so it's not. I'm not using it at the moment. So, and also this does a really good job. I have to say, it's really good stuff. And I know everybody goes on about art glitter glue and all of that, but I do love the Pin Flare stuff. It is very good glue. I think we just kind of all want to jump on the same bandwagon all the time. So, and everybody wants to use what somebody else has used because they're a bigger name in craft, etc. And you want to be seen to be doing the right thing. But at the end of the day, I'm a maverick. I do whatever I like. So I'm an independent soul, and if I want to do it my way, I'm damn well gonna do it my way. I did it my way, and I'm gonna sing all the way as well. So I need to break it up. There's a lot of yellow. I need to break it up with a bit of something else, maybe a bit of blue. Stick a bit of blue in there. I don't cover too much of the ticket up there. Like that, yeah, that'll do. I've re-inked this one, that's why it looks quite juicy. It's not a new one, it's just a re-inked one. I do have a new one. I'm keeping it for special occasions, or I'm keeping it until it's dried out, I'm not quite sure. One of the two. Oh, that was one of the things. Brian bought me some of the sprays, not the oxide sprays, the ordinary. There's nothing ordinary about them. The just the distress ink sprays. You know something? You can buy the oxides in a set. You have to buy those other ones individually, and they are hard to come by. So I'm very grateful to him for having bought me that. He bought me a whole load of other things and clothes and all sorts of things. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. But really, really excited about playing with those Tim Holtzy things. Stick that there. Because you know me, I like to get in a mess, so might as well. Might as well use something that's going to help me get in a mess. I'm just going to ink this off, just because it's a bit stark. Oh, I don't know, I quite like that one, that side. Maybe I'll use this side. It's just got a bit more interest on it on this side, so now I've inked the wrong edge. Well, it's the same edge, but you just can't see it. No, flip it over, Dave. That's the bit you want to ink. It's just a bit more interesting on the other side, so. I was thinking, I was worried about doing this video because I was thinking, what am I going to have to speak about? You know, I'm not going to. I'm going to have already done a video for however long that one was. I didn't even look then, and I was thinking, well, I won't have anything to say this time. Oh, I'm not short of anything to say, really, am I? Let's face it. I don't think I should ever worry about having nothing to say. And I know it. I know I'm a talker. It's very stark contrast, me and Vic. Vic doesn't talk a lot, so it was a really good job, really, because I kind of filled the silence for us. But also, Brian's not a big talker either. And when you're eating, you can really tell. I mean, that those two, I suppose, my comparison to them is not. It's not the ideal comparison because they both eat very quickly. They like. Brian comes from a big family, so it was kind of a case of survival of the fittest. So he, because he had so many brothers, it was like literally if you didn't eat it, one of your brothers would have eaten it before you had a chance to think about it. And with Vic, it's just, you know, it's just his way. He eats very quickly. So, but you can really see it when when you're with me, because like those two have finished. So Vic and Brian kind of finish at a very similar sort of time, and I'm still eating, and that's because I've spent a lot of time talking. I know that, but also because I don't eat quickly. I'm an eater and enjoyer of the experience of eating, whereas they tend to wolf it. I guess, no, is it the way that I was brought up? I don't know. Is it my mum? It's definitely got something to do with my mum, because she's a enjoyer of food and a slow eater, a majestic eater, I would say. But yeah, those two literally, like, it's a bit like feeding time at the zoo, in a nice way. You know, that's something you can say about your friends and your partner. Is it? I don't know. Oh well, you know, I've said it now, so it doesn't matter. Can I say it? I have. What am I talking about? I've just said it, so it doesn't really matter. It's been said, whether I can say it or not. So anyway, I can say what I like. So. It's my channel, I'm me, and that's it. That's the be all and end all of it, isn't it? So put that bit in there. Obviously, I wanted to decoupage it anyway, not decoupage it, collage it. But obviously, I will also need to cover up that where I wrote on the measurements. So that was just another reason to collage over the top of everything. And I know this one's quite shiny, but I'm trying to embrace the fact that it doesn't all have to be matte. You can have a bit of shine to things and it still look good. I think it's kind of helping me decide that maybe certainly the readers, maybe the bit's going to get covered up. The Atlas digest of the world. You know, it can be anything, can't it? So I'm just worried about that bit. I don't want it to get too. I don't mind it being a bit stiff, but I don't want to overlay too much on that bit there. I need something on this edge though. Just going to put something actually physically on the edge and not worrying about wrapping it round, because I don't want to leave that as a blank piece of grey board. I'm going to I might use some 3-in-1 for that. Well, it's not, we've established it's not 3-in-1. It's a mixture of 3-in-1 and Collaging in here, which is a great way to kind of keep your 3-in-1 a bit more liquid, because it does tend to go a little bit slow and stiff after time after time. No, certainly. I mean, like, I can't sing anyway, but like that, those notes are definitely going to escape me with a voice like this at the moment. So, lying in my bed, hear a clock ticking, think of you. Shh, Dave, shh. Honestly, people really don't need to hear that. Well, people probably can't even hear that. So, dolphins really don't need to hear that. So. It was funny at Christmas. We were calling, me and Brian, we always do this. We're referring to the dauphinoise potatoes that Vic had made as the dolphin potatoes, because it was just easier, like trying to get your tongue around dauphinoise when you've had something to drink. So we were just calling them the dolphin potatoes, and then now they've become that. That's what they've become. So even Vic started calling them the dolphin potatoes, because the next day he said, "Are there any of the dolphin potatoes left?" So it's funny how it just kind of becomes one of those things. It's a bit like we've always called, because my nephews, when they were little, we've always called Ribena, which is a drink in the UK that is blackcurrant flavoured. It's a very tasty drink, actually. It's like a cordial, and it's purple in colour because it's blackcurrant, and they are purple. No, we're not using that one now. So it's purple in colour. So I've always, since I've got twin nephews who are now in their 40s, but when they were little, they used to call the juice purple juice. Do I want to keep digest visible? Well, let's keep it for now. And then we can decide later, can't we? Yeah, so we've always called it purple juice. So that's just one of those things, isn't it? It's kind of, what's the term? It's fallen into, like, it's just like, fallen into your lexicon. So, see, that's the bit that I'm not sure about. Oh, I might use it. I might use it. Just rip it randomly, and it looks a bit better than. I don't want it with a straight edge. Maybe stick it on there. Oh yeah, let's do it, Dave. That's a bit of interest, doesn't it? I've always shied away from. Oh no, we want to give it an edge as well. I've always shied away from shiny things. Don't know what it is. It's like I'm not keen on glitter. I don't mind gilding stuff, but it has to be in the right setting. But it's just foiled things, foiled paper I've kind of steered clear of, even when I used to make cards. So, don't know, just one of them things, I guess. One of them things. I need a bit more of something else. And now I've got something else. I need need some. Stop singing, Dave. That's what's causing you to cough. Is that your brain trying to stop you poisoning the airwaves with your singing. Get off me. So let's Oh, they say that's not sticking down now. Why are you not sticking down? Maybe put that there. Yep, that's going to go there. It's not a very interesting piece of paper, I have to say. I don't like the back of it at all. So, the back is a bit leopard skinny, but it's also sort of ticking my... I'm tropophobic. Those people that didn't know that. And tropophobia is the fear of random holes. Apparently it's a survival thing. It kept us free from poisonous stuff. So it's a throwback thing. But, you know, obviously you don't need it now. But random holes in some configurations kind of make me feel very uncomfortable. A bit sick as well. So, and it was kind of tripping that. So good job I stuck it down. I can't use the other side of it at all because of that. Need a piece for there. What shall I stick on there? Do we want another bus ticket? No, it might be a bit much, too much on tickets. Oh, hang on. We've got one of these tickets. We could have this, one of these, and maybe keep this coupon. Maybe one of them. What else have we got ticket-wise up here? Maybe stick that on there. I'm just going to rip it a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting. Yep, keep this coupon, we'll stick that on there. So this is some stuff from Happy Mail that I am actually using rather than just coveting for the rest of my life. You not find yourself do that. I mean, not just with the paper that you buy, but the stuff that you get sent, and then you think, oh, I can't use it. I mean, that would go very nicely with that, but I don't know whether it's too much. Too much. Then the paper's back enough to be able to tell. I don't know. Maybe there's something else. Again, I'm attracted to the red or the yellow. Maybe something blue. Oh, no, that's a bit big. Pinky? Something pinky. I was hanging down rather than growing up. Though. I don't know why I don't like that, but maybe this one. So that's just a little Australian flowers birthday book, and it's just handy for, got lots of little flowers in. Is it one that, I can't remember, it might have been one that I was sent in Happy Mail. It might well have been Christina Hall, but I might be mistaken also, so do not quote me. But yeah, I'm trying to use the Happy Mail stuff now, rather than just keeping it for the sake of keeping it, Dave. Okay, I'll put that on there, I think. It's a bit more prominent than the other one. I used the pansy on that one, and I stuck it in the corner, and I'm sure a lot of you were like, oh, no! But, you know, it happens. It's much better if it's much more free-flowing and you just stick because it fills the gap rather than worrying too much about what the picture is. See, that kind of fills the gap there, but it needs something else too. Now I'm not sure about that because that's blue. Oh, I think I found something else because it's green. And I might put that in there, but it's a little bit big, so I might just do that, and that's good enough for me. And it doesn't, I can't sing the rest, so I'll just talk it. Just doll it down a bit so it's not too garishly green. Put that on there. That covers that little gap up. I know it covers some of the flower up, but you know, you don't want it to look like it was a centerpiece, do you? Not a centipede either. You don't want it to look like a centipede, so trust me, you don't. I don't like centipedes. I think they're a bit. We feel a bit cringy. Interesting, really, isn't it? My aversion to lots of different things. 30 minutes we're on. So there we go. That's that. So hopefully it still closes. It does. It's fine. In fact, it's kind of nicely closes now. And it still hinges, which is good. And it looks good, which is good. Another good thing. Maybe it does need a little bit more. Oh no, although that edge is covered, so that's not going to be a problem. It's not that we've got a naked edge. That edge is all nicely covered, and so is that one. That edge is covered with that fabric. This edge is covered because of the washi tape that we put on. So that's good. That's all looking good. So maybe it's a case of having something on here. So maybe I will put that on there, or put that on there, maybe. Oh, I wanted to put this on, didn't I? So, and this is what I'll show you this. It's a perfect opportunity for me to show you this. Let's just do this and wipe that up with this. Okay, so Christmas. Vic bought me this, which is a little mini printer, which prints these things. I mean, like, this is just one of the pictures that I've picked. It doesn't. You can't only print these. It prints whatever you like off your camera roll, and it's really good, and I love it. And it's kind of found a home in my craft room. So that's my counter for how long this is running for. And I'm going to go to some. Okay, so we're going on to the app now. So this is a little gallery. So these are some of the things that I've been working on, some of the images I've been working on. So maybe print one of those. I might print that actually. Okay, so I'm going to print this. What I want to do, I've selected it, and all I need to do is I can go to print. Now this is when I get a print preview of what it'll look like. I can adjust it, I can adjust the size, all sorts of things. Let's go back. You can edit it. Hello, there you go. So you can change the colour and that sort of thing. You can also see what the configuration will look like. So this is how it's going to print on the thing. So I can change it up and all sorts of different things. So I'm just going to go back to the way it was. I'm going to go back away from editing. Sorry, my fingers are dirty and it's not very responsive when. There we go. And I'm going to go back to print, and I'm going to print it, and then so now the thing in the other room is now telling me about my expenses, which I need to do, which I'll do once I finish this video. Oh, I know what I haven't done. Oh, it's preparing for printing, so it should be connecting. I don't think I've connected the printer, which is the. Let's go and have a think about it. So just leave that there. So, but the other thing with this is these are sticky. So the backs peel off them, and they're sticky. And it's great. I love it, I have to say. So this is. Now I'd like to do that, but it's very intricate, isn't it? Now I could do it with some gilding, but then I've got to go through. Let's do something a bit less. Let's use one that's a bit less intricate. Let's use this one. Okay, so they're on sticky buds, which is not great because they're two-dimensional. Three-dimensional. 2 3-dimensional. 3 2-dimensional. Should I know? could be annoying. Okay, it's not doing. Hang on. Oh, just close me timer. 30 minutes on it. On timer. No, there you go, counter. Right, 35 minutes been going for. Okay, let's go back to here. Wherever my little thing is. Icon, there it is. Let's go back to this. I need to connect my printer, which I didn't do. So I need to go to this. Yep, so that's that. It's on. Just making sure it's on. Go back to this. Go back to print. Print. Right, it's preparing to print. So let's hope it works this time. Because I've not had a problem before. Oh look, it seems to be working now. So it says it's printing. So I shall leave this in shot so you can see it printing. So I thought about maybe using this with it in some way. We have that. Is that too big? No, they look like they've been chopped off at the head. I could have those two people in it. I could have those two people in it. There you go, there's printing now. I think I might have those two people in it. Anyway, let's come back to that in a second. So, I want to colour this up. So this is my little print. And it's okay. It's not wet or anything. And it's got a sticky back. So, I just love it. I love it so much that I bought myself some more cartridges for it. So they come in 20s or 50s or 100s. And I'll just shut that off, and I've still got the timer running. Hopefully. Yep, 36 minutes. So where's the lid for that? So I'm going to colour this in rather than. Like I say, I could gild it. I may well gild some of it, but I'm going to colour it in because I want it to look aged and battered and like it's been worn. And if I find if you colour it in and you gild over the top of it, any bits that you miss with the gilding then look like the base coat that you would get from gilding. So somebody who gilds professionally would put some kind of a base down so that it helps with the colour and helps if you miss a tiny bit, it doesn't show up like a sore thumb. I mean, like, I don't know whether they did that in the olden days, but anyway, it just helps with the whole looking like aged and like it's worn off. And you know, like when you've got a bit of a gilded frame, when a bit of it's worn off, it's not white underneath, it's kind of a matte gold colour. So I'm just going to colour this in. So except for it might be running out. So squeaky. I might have to gild it at this rate. It's definitely that kind of greeny gold gilded look. Yeah, so I think I might put this on the outside and just like have it, gilded, like I say. Stop saying Dave. Try and get all of the white bits covered up at least on the inner bit of the frame. And then along this bit. Yeah, it's going to need gilding. It's not. I thought it was going to be a bit more shiny than it is. I could do with one of those pump action gold pens, which I don't think I have. Oh, hang on, what's these? Oh, got another one of these. Oh, look, there you go. Got another one of them. Let's see if that one's working any better than this. What's this? Oh, that's another gold pen, but I don't know what that type is like. Let's see if this. Oh, this is working better. Yeah, it's got a bit more lead in its pencil, or ink in its tank. I think this is a bit shinier as well, actually. A bit more goldy looking chain. That was a Singer, wasn't it? It was in the UK anyway, so goldy looking chain. I don't know whether they were one of those ironic singers or whether they were a genuine act, I don't know. Wasn't on my radar, not really interested, wasn't paying attention, so like most of the school classes I ever went to. Not on my radar, not in my interest, not paying attention. Staring out the window, usually. Looking at the trees and thinking, how could I make those in paper? Or how could I build that in Lego? Oh, I bought Vic Lego for Christmas. And since then, he's done nothing but build. So he's built his last thing. Now, because I bought him 5 pieces. Getting bigger every time. And now he's built his last one. I'm kind of thinking, well, what's he going to do now? Because he's really enjoyed doing it, so guess what I'll be buying him for every Christmas and birthday and Easter and goodness only knows what. And we don't do Valentine's, so it's not going to be for Valentine's. So well, I don't do Valentine's, so I don't know that we haven't actually had this formal conversation yet. But I'm not interested in Valentine's. I'd rather show my love all year round rather than just once a year. So that's that. Let's see. I don't know whether this is any different. This is any. No, I think it's very similar. Might have to be a bit consistent now and try and put that round all the way around this bit at least. Don't think it's any different though. It's still got that kind of like greeny goldy frame. I might now put a little bit of gold over it, like proper gold. Oh, it's not, obviously it's not real gold. It's just pretend gold leaf, but it's not genuine gold leaf. So I might put. Oh, shut up, Dave. Talk about over-explaining something. So it tends to get rubbed off in corners, but a bit there. Just want to go a bit random. Because this is size, so this doesn't dry. It's glue that doesn't dry. And the reason for using it, obviously, is to recreate gilding. So it doesn't dry, so what you do is you then, sorry, I'm just dabbing off the excess. You use it to gild with, because, let's talk about dabbing off the excess, Dave. There you go. You use it to adhere the gilding leaf to the frame with. And I'm being a bit haphazard because I don't want it to be stuck to all of it. I want it to be look worn, I don't care, and a bit random, I guess. Doesn't smell great, I will say. I mean, like, you know, not any of you are going to go out and buy some just to smell it. So, but I'm just telling you, it doesn't smell great. So, and you have to put your brush immediately into water because it'll just stay tacky forever and you'll never be able to wash it off. However, guess what? I don't have. Well, I've got water, but it's water to drink with, and I don't have a vessel to put it in. Water to drink with? I mean water to drink, not water to drink with. I'm just going to turn my thing off. It's, by the way, it's rechargeable. So that little battery pack, sorry, it's got the battery in it. Let's go back to me timer. Where's me timer gone? This is the problem with having a timer, is you become a bit obsessed by it. 45 minutes, right? So this needs to dry quickly. It takes about 15 minutes to dry normally, so we're going to see if we can speed that process up by giving it a spray. Giving it a dry. It's not a spray at all, Dave. Shut up, Dave. What are you talking about? I don't know. If I knew what I was talking about, you'd think I'd been body snatched. If I suddenly started talking with any kind of common sense. Oh, I'm overheating my mat because my mat's getting a bubble in it now. Okay, and after I come off doing this, I have to do some tidying up. Okay, so this is the gold. I mean, I'd already prepared this. So here's what I prepared earlier. So I'm just going to lay this on here, and I'm going to stick it to bits of the thing is, I'm stickier than that is. So I'm going to stick it all around the frame and then take off the bits that it's not stuck to. Which is a lot of it by the looks of it. I thought I'd made it more sticky than this, but never mind. Possibly because I've heated it, the glue isn't as tacky. It should remain tacky, you see, but because I heated it, I've changed the parameters, the goalposts. I've moved the goalposts. There you go. You see, that's completely terrible now. No, I need to put more on there. Who are you calling a moron? This just goes all over the place. So just try and control it as much as you can is all I can say. I'll get my... Oh, don't put that on the... Put it over there, Dave, on the sticky thing. In fact, I've got one here that's a different size. Let's use this one. It's a different size. It's an extra large, this one. Again, Dave thinks he's funny. The jury's still out on that, but there we go. So we're going to just randomly paint it, and I might have to do this in a different video. Come back to this, I think that's the answer. And then we can see what we get from that, but that's going to need to dry. I don't want to force dry it this time around because I want it to actually work this time. So I've made a bubble in my mat. That's the only other thing. Might need to get Audrey out and get her to come and lie on that for me. Okay, so in this video we attempted to do some gilding but didn't wait long enough and weren't patient enough, and therefore didn't get a great result. Showed you the it's called step printer, so showed you that, and then we did this. So we did this bit. So we did this in the previous video, and we've done this on this video, and now we're going to move on to the front bit. So at some point, don't worry, we will make a journal to go in there. I'm having to think about that. Just no, we're not going to use that. We're not. We're not going to cheat. We're going to make one, Dave. So it's going to go in there, and it should sit comfortably in there. But yeah, and we're also going to, hopefully next video, we're going to do the outside and start to do that. I think what's going to happen is the Reader's Digest bit on this, certainly on this bit, is going to get covered up. The rest of it, you know, on the spine might not, but certainly on this bit, I think that's the way it's heading. So just so you're aware. So just press that down. So like I said, what's going to happen is we're going to have one of these, maybe this one, I don't know, one of these around this edge. So it'll tuck in there, and it will go all the way round this edge, and it will make that edge nice and pretty. So nice and pretty. I don't know how to say it like that. Nice and pretty. Bit nice and pretty. It'll be like that, but better. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. Perfect size, really. So. So there we go. There's another video done and dusted. So next video I will finish this, because this should have dried by then, and we'll continue on the outside of this. So I will bid you adieu, and I'm, oh blimey, I'm covered in gilding things. You know me about saying I don't really like shiny things. Well, I'm now covered in them. So I will bid you adieu, and I will see you all in the next video, hopefully. Remember, my name is Dash of Dave, and I love you all without exception, until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I think it's just there now, down in that corner. And don't forget to give this a thumbs up. I think you really need to know just how important a thumbs up is. It's basically like if you went round to somebody's house for tea, you'd give them a thanks, and it's basically a thanks. So thank you for the video. So just give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It really helps. And I'm watching you, because I know how many people have watched it compared to how many people like it. So I've got my eyes on you now. All right, I had my eyes on you before. So anyway, I'm going to. Blimey, see, everything's now really sticky. I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'm going to hopefully go and get this brush in some water before I lose it, before I see its demise, like I see with every brush I ever own. So have a great morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is with you. My name's Dasher Dave, and I'll see you all in the next video. You take care, folks. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of love, lots of hugs, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye. Bye.